everyone, my name's Kevin and welcome to Exploration Theme Parks. And in this video, I'm going to talk about our 2023 Halloween haunt plans. So, let's get to it. So many people love fall, love Halloween time. It's a lot of people's favorite holiday. And myself and my wife Nikki, we absolutely love Halloween time. We love going to haunted houses and all the theme parks with all their special events that they got going on. And we try to do something new, something different every year, mix it up. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what we currently have planned for September and October. So first up on our list, we're going big and starting the season off big with Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. And we are so excited. So in the past, we've purchased, the Fast Pass, but Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, it's extremely expensive. And this time around, just with our schedules, we wouldn't have even been able to purchase it because I'm pretty sure all of September's Fast Passes are sold out. They still have their VIP packages, I think, which is the most expensive package. So we couldn't even do that if we wanted to, just for scheduling purposes. So we went with general admission. And in years past, I know that if you purchase online or if you're a season pass holder, you get early access into the event at 5:30. The event starts at 7 p.m. This year, they're not doing that. They're charging extra for that early access, which is very unfortunate. But they got us, and we went ahead and purchased the early access. It was $20 each. And the reason for that is last year we did a challenge to see with general admission if we could complete all the haunted mazes, including the terror tram. And we fell short by 2 mazes because they let all the fast queue people go in. And Halloween Horror Nights is packed. All these events are packed regardless, and they sell out. But it just makes the lines so much longer because they oversell on those fast passes, unfortunately. And we failed the challenge. We couldn't get through everything that we wanted to. And this year, we needed to get the early access to have a chance. And the early access gets us to the lower lot where they have 4 mazes. 3 of these I'm so excited for. The Stranger Things 4 maze, The Last of Us, which is what I'm so excited for that maze. I absolutely love the show. Never played the game, but love the HBO show. They even have the new Exorcist maze, so it's a completely different maze than, the ones that they had in the past about the Exorcist. And they also have one called Holidays in Hell, which should be fun, should be interesting. I think they've had that in the past. I don't remember ever going through that maze, so I'm excited for that as well. And that's in the lower lot. So then we would want to hit up the terror tram. Then they have the Chucky maze, the Death Eaters, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which I really liked last year. It's super eerie. There's fog, there's green lighting, and it's just like they have this weird, scary ambient music playing in the background, which is really cool. They have a Universal Monsters Unmasked maze. They have an Evil Dead Rise maze. And then they have a maze called Monstros, Latin American Monsters or something like that. So that should be really cool and interesting. They also have a Purge show where the Waterworld show is. And in past, they've actually had, a maze over there with the queue going through over there. But this year they're doing it something different. I don't know if we're going to be able to squeeze that in just because we're trying to complete the challenge of all the mazes, including the terror tram. But regardless, we're super excited. They also have all their scare zones, obviously. So, it's just such a fun event. And we also made a reservation for the Toothum Chocolate Emporium at City Walk, obviously earlier in the day before the early access at 5:30. but we both never had or eaten there, so we're both really excited to try that as well. So next on our list would be Knott's Scary Farm. We went last year, we've been in years past. We love Knott's Scary Farm. We think they do such a good job with their event. The mazes are awesome, the scare zones are awesome, the scare actors are awesome. It's just a really fun event. They don't have like the IPs like Universal has, so it's hard for me to remember the maze names, and it's not as familiar with IPs such as Stranger Things or Exorcist. But they got like this one called Room 13, Cinema Slasher, Waxworks, which I know they've had in years past. So I know Scary Farm, they'll recycle mazes, but then they'll remove one or two and introduce one or two, something like that, to kind of keep it fresh, which is cool. It saves money, but also introducing something new. So we'll try to get on all the mazes because, again, we just purchased the general admission because the fast lane would have been like $200. I think Universal Horror Nights was closer to $300. And these quick queues, they work for the rides too. And I think, Universal has different ones where it's like you get one-time access. Then there's unlimited. They have all these tiers. It's crazy. And then Scary Farm works for the rides as well, which is cool. If you want to breeze through everything and do some of the rides, the fast pass works. It's just, it's pretty expensive. So we chose to do the general admission because, we're not going to try to focus on rides. We're just going to try to focus on the mazes, which we're super excited about. And then next on the list of haunt plans, and we have all this scheduled in the month of September, is Six Flags Fright Fest at Magic Mountain. So we skipped on it last year. I think it's been 3 or 4 years since we did Fright Fest. And that's usually my least favorite of the bunch. Just because, Universal, obviously, they have all their professional makeup artists and all their contractors and all that stuff building the mazes, and they have the IPs. They can afford the IPs. Knott's Scary Farm, they put a lot of effort in their event. It just seems like in the past, Magic Mountain, they try to spend as little as they can, unfortunately. They got some good ones and some cool scare zones. But this year, I have a gut feeling that they're stepping up their game. And I'm hoping that they're stepping up their game. So I'm really excited for Fright Fest this year. And this is mind-blowing to me. They announced 2 IP mazes. Saw and The Conjuring. I don't even know the last time that they even did an IP maze, or if they've ever have. I'm sure they have at some point. But right there, that's them putting over or forking over some extra money to use those names, as opposed to just using one of their in-house names. And Magic Mountain does the same thing. They'll recycle mazes year over year. Some way more than others, like their Aftermath 2 or whatever in the back of the park by West Coast Racers. It's like a permanent maze that they got set up back there. But so we're super excited for Six Flags Magic Mountain Fright Fest. I think it should be super interesting. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm excited. I have a good feeling that it's gonna be better than years past. Maybe still not on par with like Scary Farm and obviously Horror Nights, but if they exceed my expectations, it gives me hope. So then October, we actually really don't have anything else planned at this point, and that's for 2 reasons. 1, because of Nikki's nursing schedule. 2, we are planning a small trip, which we'll eventually announce in like the 1st or 2nd week of October, But I am going to try to get to SeaWorld San Diego's Howl-O-Scream, because I've never actually experienced it before, and I don't think it's even as big as Fright Fest. They have 4 mazes and like 5 scare zones. I really don't know much about it or heard anything about it, like if it's good, if it's not so great. I honestly don't know. But like one of their mazes called Circus of the Damned, that sounds pretty cool. Then they got Area 64 Alien Outbreak, Nightmare Experiment, Death Water Bayou. And then they got like 5 scare zones, which they look pretty good. They look pretty cool. If I do SeaWorld Howl-O-Scream, it'll be sometime in October. And last year we did the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride, which we heard, that was our first time, and we heard it was like, oh, really good. Some of the mazes were really cool. They only had like 3 mazes, I think, 4 maybe. And then the hayride itself was a little underwhelming to us. So we had high expectations, and it just, I don't know if they just didn't have enough people working or you know, budget cuts or whatever. So this year, I don't think we're going to do that. I think this year we're mainly sticking with the theme park and amusement park events. But overall, we're super excited with the plans. Horror Nights, Scary Farm, Fright Fest, and me possibly Howl-O-Scream. So I hope all you guys have great Halloween haunt plans this season. It's about to kick into gear. I know Horror Nights is starting, and even Fright Fest starts super early. I think it starts next week, and Howl-O-Scream doesn't start till like the last week of September, I think. So that starts a little later, and I think Scary Farm starts middle of September. But we are excited, and we will be bringing vlogs. Let's go! So please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for upcoming videos. Follow us on all the social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. Still sounds weird to me. And remember, never stop exploring theme parks.